Now, let us see how to make a steel reinforcement cage. There are two types of steel bars, R10 and R20, used as reinforcement in the rectangular concrete beam. Bend the longitudinal steel bars at both ends to develop anchorage. Bend the steel reinforcements to form the stirrups. Place longitudinal steel bars and stirrups based on the desired profile of the beam. One layer of R20 steel bars were placed at the bottom of the beam, and one layer of R10 steel bar was placed on the top of the beam. Stirrups were set along the whole length of the beam with 400 mm spacing. The stirrups were fixed with the top and bottom of longitudinal reinforcements using steel wires. Place the top longitudinal steel bars. Insert all the stirrups. Mark the stirrups arrangement 100 mm spacing using pen marker. Arrange the stirrups in the proper locations. Tie up all the top longitudinal steel bars with stirrups using steel wires. Place the bottom longitudinal steel bars and tie the bottom longitudinal steel bars with stirrups using steel wires. The elongation of reinforcement is monitored by strain gauges. The strain gauges were pasted to the steel bar and connected to the data logger with wires during the 4-point bending test. Before attaching the strain gauges, the surface of steel bars needs to be polished for better adhesion. Clean the surface of steel bar after polishing. Then glue the strain gauges to the smooth surface using a piece of PTFE film. Hold for a few seconds and then tear off the film. To prevent the strain gauges from corrosion and damage during concrete casting, all the strain gauges were carefully covered. Install the hook for lifting the reinforcement cage. After all these preparations, it is ready to place the reinforcement cage inside the formwork. Several mortar blocks with specific thicknesses were set between longitudinal steel bars and formwork. Keep reinforcement cage and formwork in a separated space. Now, it is ready to cast the rectangular concrete beam.